In this video, I'm going to demo the web project that you will be doing for the rest of the semester. The first screen the user will see is the login screen, and they'll be able to enter an email address and their password. And if the password or email is incorrect and they hit login, then they should get this message saying invalid email or password. Okay? And same thing, I'm going to enter an invalid email. And again, you can see invalid email or password. So now I'm going to enter a valid email and valid password. And it should take me to a screen where I can enter the results for abet assessment. On the left, there is a so-called navigation bar, and it should be populated with the sections that the person teaches. By default, the first section retrieved from the database should be the one that you display. And if they click on this menu, drops down and it displays the other items. Then for each section, there should be links for each outcome assessed by that section. So for example, if I now select CS365, I'm assessing 2 outcomes. And you'll notice that by default, the first outcome is the one that is selected. That should always be the case. Across the top, you see that there is a top navigation or top header with the words UTK abet on the left side and this menu on the right side that we'll get to in a little bit. There then is this main page where you're able to enter the abet results. You see that it's divided into 3 sections: results, assessment plan, and narrative summary. The first thing under results is there should be instructions, then this gray box with the outcome and the description. So the outcome, the major being assessed, which is CS, and the description of that outcome. Then the person can enter the number of people meeting, not meeting, and exceeding expectations. You can see that there is spinners that you can use, or you can simply enter a number. You see you cannot get below 0. Okay. If they do enter a negative number, it turns to red to indicate that that's not valid. And as you can see, each time I type in, the total is updated over here. So 20 plus 30 plus 80 is 130. When I push save results, you'll see over here that a message pops up for a moment, or not, doesn't pop up, but appears for a moment, saying results successfully saved. And then it disappears after a couple of seconds. I can then go to assessment plans and enter the assessment plans. So again, the weights, they have to be between 0 and 100. So let's say I entered midterm and a new one. Say I enter 90% for finals. And let's say I try to save the assessments. You see it prints out an error message: assessment weights must add to 100. Here they add to 110. Okay, so I change it to 80. But let's say I forget to enter something in the description field, so I try to save it, and now it says assessment descriptions must not be blank. So I enter final, and now I set save assessments, and it works. You can see assessment successfully saved for a couple of seconds before it goes away. Okay, I should not be allowed to enter something greater than 100. You can see that here when I do it. It comes up red, and there's a little pop-up that says, please select a value that is no more than 100. And I can erase or remove things by selecting the trash can, and it removes it. You see there's always space down here for another one, so I will enter, that's actually, so enter exams, and I'll enter quizzes, and select Save Assessments, and they're successfully saved. Now on year one, when you hit the remove, notice there's no extra one. You have to hit plus new. I am fine if when you hit remove, I would probably prefer that there not be this empty one down here like that. If you remove all of them, then yes, there should be one left, but you shouldn't have two like this. There should just be one. Okay, moving on to narrative summary. You have to fill in both the strength and weaknesses field. So if I just tried to save the narrative right now, I'd get strengths and weaknesses may not be blank. So I'll just enter strengths, students performed well on exams, weaknesses, students had trouble getting homework in on time. And I won't have any actions. You'll see it saves correctly, but I could also put actions such as divide assignments into parts and have intermediate deadlines, and then save it, and it successfully saves. And you'll notice that it also had the successfully saved message come up over here. So I should be able to now click away from this page. And it actually says this page is asking you to confirm that you want to leave. Data you have entered may not be saved. And in fact, the assessment plan, you'll notice I did a bunch of removes without ever saving those removes. And in fact, I don't want to save them, so I am going to select Leave Page. And that's something you will need to detect and pop up if they have not saved one of their three sections. So now I can go back to outcome 1, and you'll see, one was it? It was the first one. So I go back now to outcome 1. You'll see that everything is there. Students performed well in exams, had trouble getting homework on time. So everything is retrieved successfully from the database. And if I select a new section, and you'll notice that if I haven't entered anything yet, this is what comes up, 0, 0, 0 for results, 1 place to enter the assessment plan, and nothing for the narrative summary. And finally, this menu over here with the person in the down arrow has two options. First, I can log out. I won't show you that just yet. And I can change the password. So when I change the password, notice I still have the same navigation menu over here because I want to be able to easily get back to that one. But it also allows me to change the password. So I enter the new password. And it, as you see, it should be private. And I submit, and it says password changed. Now, if I do it so that the two do not match, like this, notice it says passwords do not match, please make them match. Okay, so doing that, password changed. And the last thing I can do, coming back here, I can log out, and it brings me back to, or redirects me to, the login page. That does it for the demo of your abet website. If you have questions about how the interactions should work, I recommend that you come and review this video.